Did you tell someone else they could possibly be the father, Miss Holsinger?
No, I didn't, but I also told him, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't sure.
You're wavering. No, that's not what you just said. That's not what you testified to earlier. The truth is that there was an issue with regard to who the biological father was of this child.
Yes, Your Honor. And I
Okay, let me look at this evidence. You've presented me with a calendar, and it gives me the day you were intimate with Mr. May.
Yes, Your Honor.
And that would be January 26th.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then you believe you conceived on January 28th.
I believe I conceived on the 28th.
Okay, so that's Mr. May. Were you intimate with anyone else around these dates?
Maybe a week between.
Oh, which week?
I would say the week of the 13th.
So the week of the 13th, you were intimate with refrigerator guy?
Yes, Your Honor.
So this calendar was missing some significant information, because if you were intimate with the refrigerator guy the whole week of the 13th, that is very close to the window of conception that you lined up for Mr. May. Yep. So how do we know this other guy isn't the child's biological father?
Your Honor, I don't think she really knows, because there was a time where she gave me some money to keep Gabriel, and then
gave you money to keep him.
Hold on, let me. I'm gonna break it down.
Only to help.
Hold on, I'm gonna break it down. At the end of the week, I finally get a hold of Miss Holsinger, and she tells me I always had my doubts about him being a father. That's why I gave you the $100 so you could just be the babysitter. I'm on my way to pick him up right now.
I never even told you that.
So I tell her, no, you ain't gotta pick him up. I'm gonna go ahead and drop him off. So lo and behold, I just want to be sure. So I call her a few times after, I dropped him off. Family member of hers, why you keep calling her? Do we have to call the police on you for stalking her? He ain't your son. We told you he wasn't your son. So at that point, I left it alone. It was over with.
All right, let's take a look here. So the pink is the estimated time of conception, which is the first week in January. Yes. And possibly the last week in December. And then the yellow are the dates that Ms. Russell had left the house. So as we can see, the child's birthday is in late September, counting back. That is the approximate time of conception for which 4 or so of those days
sex, so
you weren't home.
Not the father.
Yes, Your Honor.
You weren't home. So, Mr. Shepard, this is the core of your doubt.
Yes.
Okay. You submitted the issues surrounding the date of conception.
Yes.
Jerome, can you please hand me that? Thank you.
You're welcome.
So you have a February calendar laid out so we can understand what all was going on.
Yes.
In yellow, we have the dates you were with the chat line guy.
Yes, ma'am.
The green outlines the dates you were with the guy at the plasma center.
Yes, ma'am.
And the blue are the dates you were intimate with Mr. Miller.
Yes, ma'am.
You look from the date Deja was born at the end of November, look back, it's clear that 3 different men could potentially be her father.
Not 3, just 1.
The estimated time of conception is outlined in bold, and included within that is a rainbow of colors. I want to take some time and talk about Mr. Pack's evidence he submitted. He submitted a calendar to the court that outlines why he believes he is not Lola's biological father. So, Mr. Pack, you say that during January, February, and March, you were broken up with Miss Hummel. You had no sex with her.
Yes, Your Honor.
Lola was born November 21st. So you say, if you count back, the week of conception would have been February 23rd through February 28th, which is smack dab in the middle of the time you say you had no sex with her because you were broken up. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Correct.
Ms. Hummel, you're laughing at that timeline.
Yes.
Why is that?
Because we got together in the middle of January. So he's telling everybody that we were together, but we weren't having sex, or we were broken up. Okay, he was at my house 6 nights out of the week.
Oh, so you're saying this entire time from January all the way till April, so you're right, that breakup came like, what, May? Around May?
Yep.
But you're saying throughout the time that he has outlined that you were broken up, you were really together.
Yes, we were.
Well, that's a big discrepancy.
Yeah.
We was together, but the whole time we slept in different rooms. We didn't talk to nobody. We didn't talk to each other barely 2 words out the day. And the job thing, that's a lie.
So you admit now you were with her, but you were sleeping in separate rooms?
She was not
Nope.
sleeping with me.
You say that's not true.
No, it's not.
And how do you know?
Because I don't believe it. I really just don't believe it. So he was trying to get a job, and when they had broke up, supposedly she kicked him out because he wouldn't get a job. That's funny. He was texting you from an interview when he was trying to get a job. So it's not like he was not trying, because he honestly to God was. So
This is all interesting testimony. It just doesn't have anything to do with paternity of Lola. Ms. Heath, you submitted a calendar to the court.
Yes, ma'am.
That I would like to review. Zacario Jr. was born April 18th.
Yes, ma'am.
7/18, 9
You had sex with Mr. Milner on August the 2nd.
Yes, ma'am.
You had sex with the other man that week of July 23rd through 26th.
Well, no, ma'am. I had sex with the gentleman on the 23rd. I ended it with him on the 26th.
But you know you were intimate with him on the 23rd.
Yes, ma'am.
So let me quickly pull up my conception calculator. If you put in Zacario's birthday of April 18th, the window of conception would calculate to be
25th to the 30th.
July 20th through July 30th.
Oh, I did the thing. I Googled it too.
Yeah, my due
Hold
date.
on. If we go back to the calendar you
ma'am.
submitted,
Right, yes, ma'am.
that is during the window of time when you were intimate with the other man.
Yes, ma'am.
It points directly to that time.
My conception date was July the 31st that my doctor gave me.
And we
But she
wouldn't know
said
what to
it
do
would,
at
it would have
that
been the gentleman closer to that time, which would have been the 2nd with Mr. Milner.
So you telling me that July the 30th is when the baby's supposed to, the conception time or whatever, and the closest man to it is me? No, the closest man to it is
Okay,
the
but I used condoms.
That mean he did his thing.
I used condoms prior to Mr. Milner. I even contacted that gentleman.
You even told me that the condom
And
broke.
made sure.
You told me that the condom
And
broke.
made sure.
Did you not tell me that the condom broke on your
I never said the condom broke.
So you
When did
never
I
said
say
that?
that? No, I did
No,
not.
stop. You said
So let's
that.
get
I never told him the condom broke. I told him.
Now, you submitted a calendar to the court, and this calendar outlines when you believe DeAndre was conceived, and most importantly, why you believe Mr. Washington is his biological father. So for this calendar, on November 11th, it was confirmed that you were 6 weeks pregnant. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, so now we go back, and if you count back, you say in September and October is when you were having sex consistently with Mr. Washington.
Yes.
Count back 6 weeks, window of conception, September, October, you fall right within the time. Further, DeAndre's birthday is July 3rd.
Yes.
So when you count back, all of this makes sense to you.
Yes.
And so you did the math and you said, this is the person I was intimate with consistently for the months of September and October. That's why I believe Mr. Washington is DeAndre's biological father.
Yes.
Mr. Washington, as you look at this calendar that was presented to the court by Ms. Brown, is this a correct assertion of what happened in the dates you were intimate with Ms. Brown?
I don't think that's accurate, Your Honor, because during this time, before Ms. Brown got pregnant and through her whole pregnancy, Terriana was dating another gentleman. His name is DeAndre, the same name as the kid. DeAndre, the baby, he is a junior.
I broke up with Miss Sales June. I got back with my ex July. We went to the hospital in August to check about her uterus because she had problems. I did not know she was pregnant until like a month or 2 later. That's when she told me she was pregnant.
So when do you finally find out Ms. Sales is pregnant?
It's around like September.
There it is, September.
Yes, ma'am.
The last week.
Yes, ma'am.
Outlined in hot pink.
Yes, ma'am.
Micaiah was born in May, on May 9th.
Yes, ma'am.
So is it your testimony that you didn't have sex from June when you broke up with Miss Sales all the way in July,
Yes.
nor in August,
Yes, Your Honor.
nor in September?
He's
No sex with
lying. He
that at
just
all,
said
Your
he
Honor.
loved it. Why would he stop? He is lying. He is lying.
I mean, he looked like he lying. I don't even have to say it.
Your Honor, don't judge a book by its cover, Your Honor. I'm telling the truth.
I'm not judging a book by its cover. I'm judging a book by its body language, its crooked smile, and the fact that you're sitting up here lying.
No, Your Honor, I ain't lying about that. It's just... That's crazy.
Jerome, can you change this calendar and just highlight the whole year of when Mr. Jackson was having sex with Miss Sales?
Yeah.
No.
Go on back to the podium, boy. You can get on my nerves now. That was a waste of time. So, Ms. Ramirez, when do you say he came to see you?
He came on the 19th. It was a Monday. He had came at night. His friend was dropping him off.
And you submitted that calendar to the court?
Yes.
Let me take a look at that calendar. Mila was born December 6th.
Yes, that's correct.
And you say you had sex with Mr. Jordan the entire week of March 18th through March 24th.
Yes, the whole week. Unprotected sex.
And this is the week you say you got pregnant.
Yes.
Well, Mr. Jordan, if we count back, that looks like it adds up.
Nah, Your Honor, that's not, she's lying. Because I have proof, I have proof right here that I was in Georgia. I got a pay stub. If I could submit this to, from.
Yes, I'd like to see that. Jerome, will you hand me that evidence, please?
Yeah.
So this is proof that
I was working in Georgia.
you were working in Georgia. This is a check for you, Elias Jordan, dated the 22nd of March, 2018. That's the week you say, Ms. Ramirez, he was down there with you.
He had said that he was gonna receive his other check late, so that could be the reason for the date.
There's no way I can be the dad. No way.
So, Ms. Ramirez, is there any chance your timeline was off?
No, not at all.
Or you were with anybody else?
A week after he left, I did sleep with someone else, but I did use protection, and he did pull out. So, but that was literally a day and a half later when I took a pregnancy test.
Your Honor, there's no way. And on top of that, she said that she had actually slept with someone before and she thought she was pregnant by another guy when she was talking on the phone. So.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I never said that.
What did she tell you, Mr. Jordan?
She told me that she thinks that she was pregnant with some guy. Like, she just happened to tell me. I'm like, okay, well.
I never said that.
That's what she said.
No, I didn't.